Jerry.
People, welcome to the Sn95 Power channel. Like, I'm struggling with audio, so I'm playing around with different camera angles, and normally I would have the head mount on when I do this, but I feel like I'm going to give y'all a seizure when I have that head mount on, because I'm always like looking at my computer. So I'm trying to figure out a better way to set up my camera, and so I bought a headrest mount. But the problem with that, my audio is getting drowned out by the car. So what I wanted to do today is test out adding the second GoPro. This is a GoPro 8, it has a media mod on it. I don't think it's going to pick up a lot of my vocals, but it has a front and rear microphone. So maybe I can try to sync the two of these. But I think the next thing that I'll probably do is probably get a wireless mic and see how that works. So it's almost like I have to scream at the top of my lungs, so I have to have water with me. I guess it's a good and a bad situation, because I could have an electric car and not make any noise. But it's a beautiful day out here. One day after Memorial Day, so all you service men and women, thank you for your service. I didn't serve, but I have a line of family members who served in the military, who are police officers, co-workers fresh out the military. Let's see, I want to test this without the boost controller on. I think that planted pretty good. Performance. We had the Cars and Coffee out here in Lockport. That's where his shop is, in Lockport, Illinois. He's going to start a YouTube channel. He just bought a bunch of equipment, and he really wants to showcase a lot of work that he does, showcase a lot of the bad cars that he works on. And so I gave him a couple of recommendations on equipment to buy. And we're going to swing by there today and check out what he's got. I really haven't done a wide open throttle pull on this car yet. Call me crazy, but every year I go through the same thing, especially when I take the car apart. When I take things off the car, I try to ease my way into a wide open throttle pull, because I just want to make sure everything is solid before I start going a little crazy with this car. One thing I always have to remember too too is turn off this damn overdrive. Just paying attention to my oil pressure right here. A little drop, but it's still way above 30. Feels really good. Temperature looks good. Yeah, the car feels pretty good off these like little baby hits that I'm doing. So many videos that I recorded, and I'm like really getting behind and mixed up on some of the editing. So you might hear me repeat some of this stuff over. But I think the last video that I recorded, I took the car out and I softened up the suspension. And the suspension was just too soft. And the car was kind of doing this in the back. So today I have it. And when I did that, I had it full soft. Today, I have 3 clicks away from full soft. And that felt pretty good. Also, I take that back. I did do a while of a throttle pull. There was this, I think it's the last video I recorded when I made some adjustments to the suspension. Took the car out, I got around Keith's shop, and I did a wide open throttle, but the car either A, spun and hit the rev limiter, which I think that ended up happening, and the car hits the rev limiter and it starts to sputter. But I think rolling into a wide throttle pull is fine. But from this year to last year, really the only thing that I did was just take the intake off, painted a couple of pieces. It's not like I played around with the valve lash or the timing. I did move some wires around, trying to clean up the wire tuck. I did put the inner fender in, so I had to move some wires around. Nothing major that should have played around with the fueling. But I did have this leak on the mass airflow sensor. That was a huge find. Now that was a brief wide open throttle hit. I didn't hold it very long. And of course I'm not data logging, so I don't know what the car was doing, but it felt good. So yeah, rolling into a wide open throttle, it doesn't bog. That's the word I was looking for. But the one time where I was at Keith's place and did the wide open throttle hit, it kind of bogged right there. So let me see if I can multitask here. There's nobody around. while driving the car and playing around with it. I had everything on full loose, so the back was real soft. And as I was playing around with it, the car was getting wobbly in the back. Fast forward today, temperature is no different. The temperature of the roads was about the same, but just firming up the suspension a little bit really allowed this car to hook and boogie. Yeah, this is really how I wanted this car season to turn out. When you have a pedestrian coming on this bike, I would nail it, but I don't want to scare the people out here. So the one wheel peel, I got to get these clutch packs taken care of because I'm going to end up burning up this rear end. So I have to do that before Vortech over. But I have to say, in the last maybe 3 years of playing around with this car is, it looks the best it has ever looked. And I think it's performing the best that it's ever performed because I've fixed like the little nagging issues that I had. I had the cracked intake manifold spacer. I had boost leaks on the cold side of the turbo kit. I had a leak coming from the mass airflow sensor itself. There was like this little hole, and maybe there was like a gasket that originally went there. It was leaking from that. It was a couple of times where I actually popped off the plug from the mass airflow sensor because of the leak. I'll do maybe just one more little pull. We'll roll into a wide open throttle, and this time I'll look at my fueling. I wasn't really paying attention to my air fuel ratio the last couple of times I was doing this. But the car plants, I could probably tighten up the suspension a little bit more, but for rolling around out here, it's fine. But I really want more comfort, so I'm going to take these adjustable struts or adjustable shocks off in the rear. Look good. Oil pressure still good. Battery voltage is still good. Oh yeah, so yeah, another thing I did do is I took off the oil pan, fixing the oil leaks. I had a scavenger pump on this car. When I originally put this turbo kit together, because I had to run a scavenger pump because I just wasn't aware of my crank ventilation system not being good enough. So we added that because I was pressurizing the seals on the turbo, the oil would blow through. So to fix that, I just added a scavenger pump. But I added, since then, I found out I used a turbo coupe PCV valve, and then on my valve cover, where the oil drain, where the oil fill goes, of different online tuners, and they were trash. Without Michael, this car wouldn't be where it's at. I mean, I've run into problems with the tune, you guys know. And Michael saved my butt a bunch of times. And let me not forget Darren, that BCA transmissions, the BCA automotive transmissions. But I bought all my parts from Darren to build my transmission. You know, my forward drum. I don't have the ability to install clutch packs to the depth and the those precise measurements that you need. So I just bought all that stuff from Darren, and then I just assembled my transmission myself through YouTube University. So no, I don't have the baddest thing out here, but I can say there's not many in the Sn95 community who can thump their chest like I have, like I can, who can build a car like, who said that they built a car like this on their own in their garage. So shout out to all the DIYers out there, all you garage builders. Not knocking the people who send their stuff out to be built. But, you know, it's just a different badge when you can do all this stuff yourself. Like, if I had to pay somebody to do all this car wouldn't be what it is right now. All right, we're going to roll up on Keith. I should have got a better camera angle for this. You know, it's always a pleasure coming up here, talking to my man Keith. He's got some stuff in store for his upcoming YouTube channel. Like I said, I was helping him get started on a couple of things as far as the equipment. Gosh, I'm gonna see what if he'll let me do this or not. All right, well, I'll let him spill the beans on what he's got coming up, but we're gonna head on back to the crib and we'll close this video out. Today was a good day. Got a chance to hang out at a bad performance shop, my man Keith. Yo, you know what? If y'all are into F-150 or street trucks, my man Keith got something cooking up. You definitely want to stay tuned. I'm going to drop his YouTube channel information once he gets it going. He actually has a Facebook page, KRW Performance. So if you're on Facebook, you can go and find him on Facebook. But these F-150 trucks that he's got one with a Whipple, and he's got one that's turbo. He's getting a long block built right now. A gen, honestly, I don't know what gen Coyote motor it is, but it's been sleeves, heads, cams, the whole 9 yards. He's got these new comp 67, 71, I believe, turbos. They're the new generation oilless. I remember looking at those oilless turbos a long time ago, and I really wanted one. The quality of that turbo, and granted, this is an entry-level precision turbo that I have. You know, this 76, 75 LS model turbo I have is basically their entry-level turbo. But comparing that comp turbo that he has, which is the baller status turbo that he built, and like night and day difference as far as build quality. Like, seeing that comp turbo made me a huge fan of a comp turbo product. The little features that they've done to that turbo. Like, I know I was talking about trying to get rid of my turbo kit, but y'all, like honestly, that oilless turbo looks great. The only thing I don't really care about is it has a Zerk fitting and you have to oil it every so often. Think about the new point of view driving angle. Tell me how y'all feel about the audio too. I know the audio is going to need some work, but just going over here at Keith's shop, I've got some pretty good ideas about what I can do about the audio. So give me some feedback on that. Hey, I really appreciate every single one of y'all, but do me a favor. Share. Tell a couple of people about this channel. Hey, until next time, I appreciate you and God bless.